All right, we here, man. Urban Artificial Intelligence. We here. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title, man. I was accused of being a Drake stan. I was accused of being a dick rider. I was accused of all this stuff. Y'all can go to the comments on the video that I'm about to play. I know this hip-hop shit, man. I called it. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why I have a hip-hop media platform with over 1,800 subscribers and 2 million views. Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Before we get into the news of how we got here, I want to say this. I was supposed to go live tonight and talk about a little bit more about the Fulio murder. Now, I may or may not continue to cover that. I probably will. But I have something that I want to cover about this. Some new news came out. And RIP to Julio Fulio. I know I said I would go deeper with that because I kind of did a lackluster live about that earlier. I really didn't get all the information that I wanted. And I kind of just threw the live together. But nevertheless, this is something that I know a lot more about. And I've been digging into much deeper. So I'm going to talk about that now. We'll get back to Julio Fulio tomorrow. I want to talk about what I want to talk about a couple of things, all right, about this whole Drake versus Kendrick thing. We might be here a while. But I want to say this. I'm going to play a video from 11 days ago when I went live and I told y'all, Joe Budden wants credit for ending Drake. Joe Budden wants the Drake era to end on his watch. I told y'all that. Y'all said I was a dick rider. Y'all said I was glazing Drake. Y'all said I was an OVO. All the stuff that comes with that. But here we are. Actually, no. Let me play this for y'all. This is me, my page. You see the screen. 11 days ago. This is what I said 11 days ago. I said this 11 days ago. Over behind the scenes stuff over women. I'm hearing all alleged. Pay attention. Again, I said this 11 days ago. Either way, and I spoke on this before. I've spoken on it before. I've said this in literally every live that I went talking about the Drake and Kendrick battle and how podcasts were gonna play a big part. Do y'all not remember me talking about it? This shit is called Pod Wars. In parentheses, I put Pod Wars. I feel like Joe Budden wants the fall of Drake, the end of Drake, the end of the Drake era. Joe Budden wants it to be on his watch. There you go. I said that 11 days ago. Now, I knew that months ago. I could tell. I could see the play. Months ago, I called that. I said, Joe Budden dissed Drake and he got his shit off, but nobody cared. And that bothered him. And it bothered him that Pusha T used his blueprint and
was considered the winner. Joe Budden was mad that he never was really crowned with beating Drake. I've been said that. So he had a chance as a podcaster to end Drake. I said that months ago. From when Like That dropped, how Joe Budden reacted to that, I told y'all. But let's keep it moving. I'm going to just let the receipts speak for themselves.
He wants to be the biggest podder in the hip-hop community when Drake vacates the throne. Is he not making it obvious?
He was making it obvious to me. He was making it obvious to me, y'all. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know hip-hop very well.
And this is not to beat Joe Budden up. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying this is evil. I'm saying that I've created a strategic thinking media platform. And that's what I do on my platform, is look at others' strategic moves. This could be a business move for Joe. And that's cool. This could be strictly business.
There we go. I told y'all. Let's play that again, man. Let's play that again. I'm just going to let it rock. I'm going to let these receipts rock. I ain't going to get it. I ain't going to talk. I'm not going to interrupt it. This was me 11 days ago.
This could be how he aligns himself with Drake. Either on, it doesn't have to be on a good side. He can create an enemy out of Drake. That could be his nemesis.
That is what Joe Budden wanted, y'all. He wanted the spotlight. He didn't care about Drake versus Kendrick. He cared about Joe versus Drake. He cared about Joe versus Drake. Here go the receipts again. And I could find more of this, y'all. In every video, in every live that I made, I've spoken on this. This is just a specific one where I was talking about podcasts playing a part. And we're going to get into Maul. We're going to get into Maul, and we're going to get into DJ Akademiks. But I had to start this show off with straight black and white receipts. So all the people that was under my comments for the first video when I called it out, what can y'all say now? We're going to get into what Joe Budden said. But what can y'all, because I know y'all know, he obviously has just admitted that he feels like he's a part of the reason that Drake lost. Is he? No, I don't think so. I think he gassed the narrative. But Kendrick's rapping and Kendrick's marketing is why Drake took a quote-unquote loss. And the reason that I say quote-unquote is because if y'all paid attention, the point of this was to end Drake's career. That has not been done. That simply has not been done. If you ask me, Joe Budden showed his hand too early. Joe Budden is celebrating like he Kendrick Lamar. Joe Budden did not end Drake's career. Nobody has ended Drake's career. But let me play these receipts again. Before we move forward, we go into receipt land. All right? I'm going to play it again. 11 days ago. Let me up. There we go. 11 days ago, this is what I said.
Either way, and I spoke on this before.
I spoke on it before.
I feel like Joe Budden wants the fall of Drake, the end of Drake, the end of the Drake era. Joe Budden wants it to be on his watch.
There you go. Receipts.
He wants to be the biggest potter in the hip hop community when Drake vacates the throne.
Translation: he wants credit for the fall of Drake, whether it be partial or whole. From a media side, he wants to be the media guy that took Drake down.
Is he not making it obvious?
Now, let's hold that right there. And let's go holler at X, formerly Twitter. Okay? Let's go holler at X and see some stuff. Let's take a look. Where's my likes? Where's my like? This is how you know I don't even be on Twitter like that. The only reason I come to Twitter is for shit like this. I don't even know what the fuck likes is. Or I forgot. Is it here? Where my likes at? Okay, here we go. Boom. Goddamn. Okay. Boom. Here we go. I just said, y'all just read the receipts, right? Y'all heard it. Now let's see what Drake said today. Brand spanking new content. This is what Drake said today. Now remember what I just posted from 11 days ago. Let's see what Drake said today.
As far as your other point, I'll share some really, it may come off the wrong way. It may sound narcissistic, but I don't think any one man takes down Drake. I think that was a baton. I think I passed the baton to Push. I think.
Look, the first thing he said, I think I passed the baton to Push. Nigga, what? Nigga. How you pass the baton to Push when you didn't beat Drake? But let's keep it going.
Push passed the baton to Kendrick, and the job is done now. That's how I feel in my head. And
look, and the job is done now. Now the job is done. Now the job is done. The job is done because Joe Budden was involved. Really?
In my heart.
That's crazy.
But that's looking at Drake as more than just a person. That's looking at him as an entity, a business,
Yeah.
That's a wild baton to pass, by the way. Yeah. As
far as your other point, I'll share some really, it may come off the wrong way. It may sound narcissistic, but I don't think any one man takes down Drake. I think that was a baton. I think I passed the baton to Push. I think Push passed the baton to Kendrick, and the job is.
Y'all see how he's putting himself. It wasn't a one-man thing. It wasn't a one-man. Yo, listen, man. Listen to me, man. Do y'all not understand that needing this many people? He said, I passed the baton to put. So this is something that's been it's taking y'all 6, 7+ years, 9 or 10 niggas to take this man down. And y'all still hasn't even, I mean, there has not been a successful point blank headshot on this man's career. It hasn't. If you want to say in this battle Kendrick won and Not Like Us was the headshot, the pop out show was the headshot, that's cool. I'll give you that. It is what it's not even me giving it to you. If that's the general consensus, then that's what it is. But to say that Drake's takedown started with you, Joe Budden, 5, 6 years ago, however long ago that was, and we can look up and get the exact date soon. But to say that started with you, bruh, that shows that you're obsessed with ending Drake's career. It just is what it is, man. How could it be anything else? How could it be anything else? Listen, man, Joe Budden dropped those 4 disses. Joe Budden dropped those 4 disses, man. Once Joe Budden dropped them disses and they didn't get the traction that he thought they deserved, he immediately knew right there he was going to end Drake some way, somehow, whether it was through him or somebody else. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's seen an opportunity through Kendrick. Let's hear what Joe Budden had to say one more time, y'all.
As far as your other point, I'll share some really, it may come off the wrong way. It may sound narcissistic, but
look, it may sound narcissistic. Why, Joe? Why? Why would you say it may sound narcissistic? What's the point of putting that preference before you get into what you got to say? What's the point of that? Why would you say that first? You know why? Because you know it's about to be some bullshit. It's about to be some reaching shit. Now, I can say this. Pusha T, in my opinion, the story of Adidon is the greatest hip-hop diss of all time. Again, I've said this before. I'm a huge Drake fan. I'm a big Drake fan. I'm a bigger Pusha T fan. Pusha T is in my top 5. Drake is in my top 10. So, I knew Drake was not going to beat Pusha T early. Once Duppy Freestyle came out, I knew Drake had lost. And even back then, Drake was my nigga. I've been rocking with Drake for a long time, man. But I've been rocking with Pusha T longer. I knew Drake wasn't built to withstand Pusha T. Pusha T is a different type of animal. If you listen to Pusha T music, he's very graphic. And Drake wasn't going to beat nobody like that. However, I will say Pusha T did take elements from Joe Budden's diss. I can't deny that. He absolutely did. Pusha T used a little bit of Joe Budden's recipe. All right. Joe Budden wasn't known well enough, and Joe Budden wasn't as ferocious as Pusha T was when it came to the disses. And I will say, Kendrick Lamar used both of their blueprints and he combined them. I've been said that. I've said that in old videos. But he used more of Pusha's angle than Joe's. Joe still want credit, though.
I don't think any one man takes down Drake. I think that was a baton. I think I passed the baton to Push. I think Push.
Bro, why you putting yourself? Yo, I need for him to say how specifically. Maybe he could say some shit that makes sense to me. I'm not just shooting down that claim. I'm not doing that. I'm not just shooting down that claim. There could be some truth to that. But you need to expound on that, Joe. You need to expound on what you mean by I passed the baton. You see, people like Joe, I told y'all this too. He talks very vague. He talks in riddles almost. How you pass the baton? Just because you dissed him? So did Common pass the baton to you? All the niggas that, not all the niggas, who, besides Common, I'm trying to think, did anybody diss Drake before Joe Budden? Even if they did, I'm going to use Common, because I know for a fact he did. Did Common pass the baton to you, Joe? How did you pass the baton, dog? Let me start this over.
As far as your other point, I'll share some really, it may come off the wrong way. It may sound narcissistic, but I don't think any one man takes down Drake. I think that was a baton. I think I passed the baton to Push. I think Push passed the baton to Kendrick, and the job is done now. That's how I feel in my head and my heart.
That's crazy.
Look, in my head and in my heart, because you hate Drake, bro. I'm not saying you hate him as a person, but you hate Drake's dominance. You hate the fact that Drake is looked at being cool by niggas. Niggas think Drake is cool. Bitches want to date him. He's fucked several women you dated, Joe. Which is cool, which is fine. I mean, I don't think that should offend you. It does, though. Shit like that bothers Joe. His son's motherfuck Drake, that bothers Joe. It shouldn't. Who cares? Joe's recent bitch is really bad. I don't know if she fucked Drake, but regardless, I'm going kind of off path here. The point is this. Joe Budden, once he released though, let's look that up for a minute. Let's look that up for a minute, actually. Let's look that up. Let's type in Joe Budden Drake disses. Look at this, y'all. Making a Murderer Part 1. 7 years ago. This has been a plan that was set in motion 7 years ago. This is the proof. Who put shit together like this, y'all? You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who was putting it together like this, with receipts. I brought my own receipts. And we're going to play it again. We're going to play it all throughout this live. Because y'all got me fucked up. I'm never a dick rider. I ride my own dick. Pause. Look, what's in front of you? This is why Joe is obsessed with taking credit for Kendrick Lamar beating Drake. Because he dropped Making a Murderer Part 1, 4.5 million views. People listened. Again, this was 7 years ago. Making a Murderer Part 1. Wait, should I play these? I really want to play these. There it go. Right there. Just because Afraid, that's my favorite one. And that's a great diss, by the way, man. I'm not saying these are whack. All of these are good. But Afraid is my... Should I play Afraid? I don't want them to blick me, man. I'm not going to play it. Y'all play it. You can play it. I don't want them to knock my live down, man, because I think that is on... That is a Drake instrumental. That is a Drake instrumental. Or it has some type of Drake sample. So if I play it on here, they might blick my dumb ass. So I'm not going to play it. But I would encourage everybody to go listen to that. It's a great diss. But the point is this. What you seeing in front of you, look, all these records. Joe put all these bitches out in the same month. And nobody cared. All Drake did was get on that joint with French Montana. Pop that, don't stop. He said, pump it up. Pump it up. You let me turn into the nigga that you almost was. And everybody went crazy. They forgot about all these disses once Drake said that line. That's why Joe was mad. He didn't want to take it on the hop. He wasn't okay with people not giving him credit for going at Drake as hard as he did. And he went hard. Very underrated, y'all. Every time I bring this up, I talk about how underrated Afraid was as a Drake diss. Super underrated. So I get him. But to ingrain yourself into the winner's circle and say, it started with you? Bruh, stop it. Stop it. We gonna go back to my receipts. I gotta play it again. I gotta play it again. Cause y'all just heard what he said. He said he passed the baton, right? And I guarantee y'all, Joe Budden waited until he knew the beef was over. He waited.
And this is not to beat Joe Budden up.
He waited until Not Like Us was performed on stage. They shot a video. That's why he's saying this now. I think it's too early. He's showing his hand too early. He's celebrating at halftime. He's celebrating at the end of the third quarter. And why do I say that? Why do I word it like that? You know why? Because I think Kendrick can celebrate. Because Kendrick was the one who was the actual nemesis. Kendrick was the one that actually went in the booth, and recorded Not Like Us. So he can celebrate now. But Joe, and another thing, y'all, Kendrick has never said that Drake's career was over. Pay attention, y'all. I give y'all grace, and I give a lot of my, listen, and this may sound cocky, I don't give a fuck. A lot of people, I know hip-hop more than most. So most of the people that's listening to me and most of the people under my comments, I know more about hip-hop than you. That it just is what it is. So I give people grace, and I understand y'all may have forgotten the original plan from the beginning. It wasn't to make a good song. It wasn't to make a good diss, which Kendrick did. He did do. It was to end Drake's career. Remember, all these songs, y'all, everything from Euphoria to Push-Ups to Tailor-Made Freestyle to 616 in LA to Not Like Us to Family Matters to the Heart Part 6, all of that was so condensed. All of that was dropped so close to one another, it was easy to forget the point. It was easy to forget the reason that Kendrick was doing what he was doing. Listen to Euphoria at the beginning, where he talks about, he specifically says he wants to end Drake. The world wants to see him bleed. Has he ended him? No, I don't think so. But like I said, if you're Kendrick Lamar, you can take a victory lap at this point. You've done as good a job as you can do. But if you're Joe Budden, get what I'm saying, y'all. Follow me. If you're Joe Budden and you've constantly reiterated not only how you want to see Drake's career ended, but at this point, you think it has ended. It's too early to say that, Joe. You're jumping the gun a little bit. If you want to say Kendrick beat Drake and I'm celebrating that, that's fine. But guess what? Joe Budden can't say that. He can, but he don't want to say that. Joe Budden want to say Joe Budden ended Drake. He's in a rush to say that. Let's play my receipts again.
Saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying this is evil.
Here we go.
Either way, and I spoke on this before.
I
feel like Joe Budden wants the fall of Drake, the end of Drake, the end of the Drake era. Joe Budden wants it to be on his watch.
There you go. I said this multiple times. It's another live that I did. Y'all gonna make me go find the specific part where I said Joe never got his shit off. He never felt appreciated. All that crip walking and celebrating Kendrick, Joe thinks that should be him. Joe feels like that should be him. He feels like the disses that we just looked at, it was just on the screen, y'all. Those 4 disses, Making a Murderer Part 1, Afraid, all the other disses that we just seen, he felt like that was his Not Like Us moment. But people didn't appreciate it. So he's double backed as a podcaster and is ending Drake that way. I've told y'all this over and over.
He wants to be the biggest podder in the hip-hop community when Drake vacates the throne. Is he not making it obvious?
let's get to another part of my receipts. Look at how Joe is acting towards when they play They Not Like Us. You'll think that nigga wrote it. Boy, you ain't write that shit. That's not you, nigga. That's somebody else. Even when I spoke about Joe telling Kendrick, hey man, you need to talk about, look, I'm gonna go to that. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Here, let's do this first.
Angles. Don't look at just the specific things that people are doing. Let's see how Joe Budden reacted to They Not Like Us.
Look, bruh, 11 days ago. And see, I couldn't figure out how to make the sound work here. That's why it's quiet.
Look at Joe.
Look, y'all. Huh?
Look at Joe here, y'all.
Come on.
This is somebody who wants to push the narrative. Whether it's let me not say narrative. This is somebody who wants to hype up and put fuel into the Kendrick train.
Look, man, look. Put fuel into the Kendrick train. I said that 11 days ago. I should have, now looking back, he didn't even want to just put fuel in the Kendrick train. He wanted to ride on the Kendrick train. Pause. He wanted a seat on the Kendrick train. That's what this is. That's what that dancing and celebrating is. Aligning himself with Kendrick. I've been telling y'all this. Y'all was focused on Ak. Y'all thought Ak was the one. Y'all was focused on Ak. Y'all thought Ak was the podcaster that we needed to pay attention to. In a sense, he was to some extent. But it's been Joe. It's been Joe, y'all, the whole time. I tried to tell y'all this.
I'm just pointing out what he's doing, y'all. I'm just pointing out what he's doing. I'm not judging him. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. This is hip hop. You have a right to like who you like. You have a right to ride for whatever side you want to ride for. That's part of it.
Was it clear that he picked a side? Now, looking back at hindsight, do y'all get it? Can y'all see it? Something that I seen months ago. Listen, man. This is a strategic thinking media platform. There was so many strategic thinking moments throughout this whole beef. There's going to be another part to this, y'all, because I'm not done. I expect Drake to reply in some way, shape, or form to Joe. Joe wants Drake as a nemesis, y'all. He wants Drake as a nemesis. Now, let's get to Ak real quick. Where people were saying, talking about how compromised Ak was. Y'all thought Ak was a compromise. No, not compromise. Y'all thought Ak was the guy whose love for Drake would be the overpowering podcaster / influencer relationship. Y'all was wrong. I was right. It wasn't Act's love for Drake. It was Joe Budden's hate for Drake. That's what it was. Y'all just couldn't see it because Joe is a mastermind. And he hid it until today. But let's get into my nigga Act responding. Joe Budden said, "Oh, Act, anytime you need to stop reporting on Drake." Bruh. That and see, Act is DJ Akademiks is smarter than the average person. He is, whether and Joe Budden is too, but not only that, it's not only about him being smart. DJ Akademiks worked with Joe Budden. He talks to Joe Budden. Joe Budden getting on his platform and saying everything that DJ Akademiks says about Drake, it looks like it's coming from Drake. He needs to stop reporting on Drake. That was a mind trick from Joe. That was a manipulation tactic from Joe. Let's get into what Act said. How he responded to people saying he needs to stop reporting on Drake. Because y'all got tricked. Y'all thought Act's love for Drake was the main podcaster / influencer relationship to watch, and that would be the one that carries the most weight. But y'all was wrong. It was Joe. It was Joe's hate for Drake, but he hid it. You couldn't tell just looking how much Joe hated Drake. You couldn't tell. He didn't make it seem like that until recently. Let's take a listen to what Act had to say about people saying he should stop reporting on Drake.
And this is to like everybody in hip hop media. And I don't know if there's like a consortium, and I don't know if there is some type of conspiracy. And I don't know if maybe I'm left out the group chat that everybody seems to be on code with. Me, myself, personally, I have zero problem with Rolling Stone, Elliot Wilson, Joe Budden, any other person. I don't care who, even fans. And I think as time goes on, I don't care if y'all say Drake lost. It's fine. That's not the thing. What I've realized is that this ain't even about the battle now. When I hear this from Joe, he's echoing what I hear a lot of people are saying to me, but they're not saying stop reporting about. They want me to stop saying anything positive about Drake.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what Joe Budden wanted. He said that. And see, like I said, Akademiks was smart enough. Let's hear that again. Akademiks was smart enough to catch it. He's not going to say Joe Budden specifically because Joe Budden is his nigga. And that's his friend. But he means Joe Budden. Because the person who But listen what he said.
And this is to like everybody in hip hop media. And I don't know if there's like a consortium, and I don't know if there is some type of conspiracy. And I don't know if maybe I'm left out the group chat that everybody seems to be on code with. Me, myself, personally, I have zero problem with Rolling Stone, Elliott Wilson, Joe Budden, any other person. I don't care who, even fans. And I think as time goes on, I don't care if y'all say Drake lost. It's fine. That's not the thing. What I've realized is that this ain't even about the battle now. When I hear this from Joe, he's echoing what I hear a lot of people are saying to me, but they're not saying stop reporting about. They want me to stop saying anything positive about Drake.
Exactly. Because that goes against their narrative and their situation. Of course, Joe wants DJ Akademiks to stop saying good things about Drake because he wants him to lose.
I understand there is an entire now eco-structure of people saying, let's now push the narrative that this guy who, let's say he lost the rap battle, but he's done. He's done. He's a culture vulture. He's washed up. We have a new king. He's going to be the best ever. Drake is going to go away. I understand that's a thing that a lot of people want me to echo. I'm sorry. I just listen to Kendrick Lamar like once a month. I listen to Drake every day.
That's a fact. I'm in that boat as well. I listen to Kendrick Lamar a couple times a month. It's old shit. Damn. Good Kid, Mad City. A couple times a month. I play classics. Absolute classics. I listen to Drake every day. I listen to Calling for You today. I listen to Oh Murder today. That's what people want. People want DJ Akademiks to stamp that Drake's career is over, and it's not. That is what's going to get Kendrick Lamar the win. If you really want to know, if we're really talking about the actual point of the beef was to end Drake's career. It has not happened. We don't need DJ Akademiks to stamp it. If he did, it would create a narrative because he has a huge platform, but he's not going to stamp it because it's not true. Let's hear that again.
Who, let's say he lost the rap battle, but he's done. He's done. He's a culture vulture. He's washed up. We have a new king.
Right. Listen, this is no longer about a rap battle. People like Joe Budden, possibly Elliott Wilson, are obsessed with Drake's career being over or severely derailed. They seen Kendrick as a way to get from point A to point B. Do they think Kendrick is a great rapper? Absolutely. Kendrick is an incredible rapper. I think they truly believe that because that's the truth. But I think in a way they are using not using him, but they're, like I said, they're front and center on the Kendrick train because it's going in the direction they're going. The same destination Joe Budden wanted to go, 7 years ago, the Kendrick train is heading in that direction too. So let me buy a ticket. Do y'all see now? Am I painting the picture more clear?
Structure of people saying, let's now push the narrative that this guy who, let's say he lost the rap battle, but he's done. He's done. He's a culture vulture. He's washed up. We have a new king. He's going to be the best ever. Drake is going to go away. I understand that's a thing that a lot of people want me to echo. I'm sorry. I just listen to Kendrick Lamar like once a month. I listen to Drake every day.
Urban AI, strategic thinking media platform. This is what we do, man. This is what I do. Oh, my nigga Black Rain playing, man. I got some video game content coming up, man. Salute to Black Rain. This is one of the greatest Madden players I've ever seen, man. This nigga's absolutely incredible. But strategic thinking media platform, man. This is what we do, man. This is what I do. I talk about hip hop. I dissect it. I'm gonna play my receipts on the way out because I feel like it's that important. I'm gonna play my receipts on the way out. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna end this. That's how we're gonna end this live.
Having said that, though,
you know what?
Wants to be the big.
We're gonna play Joe first. Then we're gonna play me one more time, cause I just want to bring everything full circle. I know I did a lot of yelling and hooping and hollering, but it all had a point. It all came full circle. Y'all know what the fuck is going on. Don't act fucking dumb.
I don't think any, as far as your other point, I'll share some really, it may come off the wrong way. It may sound narcissistic, but I don't think any one man takes down Drake. I think that was a baton. I think I passed the baton to Push. I think Push passed the baton to Kendrick, and the job is done now. That's how I feel in my head and my heart.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But that's looking at Drake as more than just a person. That's looking at him as an entity, a business, some, you know.
Yeah.
That's a wild baton to
Definitely.
pass, by the way.
Look,
Yeah.
That's a wild baton to pass by, nigga, cause you didn't. Cause you didn't pass it. I'm not saying Kendrick didn't use none of the Joe Budden recipe, none of the Joe Budden blueprint, cause he did. But at the end of the day, Joe Budden was never gonna beat Drake at, rapping. He just wasn't well known enough. He wasn't liked enough as an MC. He just wasn't, because his songs were great. And people still really didn't care. Let's hear that one more time.
As far as your other point, I'll share some really, it may come off the wrong way. It may sound narcissistic, but I don't think any one man takes down Drake. I think that was a baton. I think I passed the baton to Push. I think Push passed the baton to Kendrick, and the job is done now. That's how I feel in my head and my heart.
That's crazy.
But that's looking at Drake as more than just a person. That's looking at him as an entity, a business, some, you know.
Yeah.
That's a wild baton
Definitely,
to pass,
definitely.
by the way. Yeah.
As far as your other point, I'll share some real.
There you go. He passed the baton. Now we're going to end it on my receipts, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, because this is not done, y'all. This is not done. This is not done, man. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say it. Joe Budden spoke too soon. Joe Budden should have kept that to himself for a little while longer.
The biggest potter in the hip hop community. Either way, and I spoke on this before.
Here are my receipts.
I feel like Joe Budden wants the fall of Drake, the end of Drake, the end of the Drake era. Joe Budden wants it to be on his watch.
There you go. And another video I'll find, that's why I'm going live again tomorrow. I'll find it where I said Joe Budden wants to be affiliated, and I specifically said it. Here I'm saying it, but I actually used the perfect wording in another video. In this one, I'm saying that he wants to be on top when it happens. He wants to be part of it. But in another video, I actually speak on it perfectly where I say he wants to be credited. He wants to have some of the credit for the fall of Drake. It's as simple as that, man. Now, let me finish playing it.
He wants to be the biggest potter in the hip hop community when Drake vacates the throne. Is he not making it obvious? And this is not to beat Joe Budden up. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying this is evil. I'm saying that I've created a strategic thinking media platform. And that's what I do on my platform, is look at others' strategic moves. This could be a business move for Joe. And that's cool. This could be strictly business. This could be how he aligns himself with Drake. Either on, it doesn't have to be on a good side.
You see? He wants to be connected to the fall of Drake some way, somehow. I called it months ago. I can't find the earlier lives. This is the earliest one that I found, and this is one of the later ones. And this was 11 days ago. Today, we hear Joe Budden gives himself credit for Kendrick Lamar defeating Drake. A lot of y'all didn't see this coming. A lot of y'all, like I said, a lot of y'all was looking at Act. I had a show called Pod Wars. Why Drake versus Kendrick is not over. Pod Wars Part 2, explaining, and we're gonna get to tomorrow. We're gonna get to tomorrow. Maul is my nigga. I fuck with Maul heavy. If y'all know me, if y'all follow me, I fuck with Maul heavy. But we're gonna talk about his role in all this. AD, formerly a no jumper, he has some things to say as well. And I told y'all this early. I said these pod alliances matter. That's why I called it Pod Wars. Because they matter. DJ Akademiks, Joe Budden, Maul, AD, they matter. Once Hip Hop Podcast started in the Combat Jack early days, it was no turning back. Hip Hop Podcasts are a part of every fabric of hip hop. From sales and streams to narratives and talking points to beefs. And I've been saying that for a long time. And the things I said about Joe Budden, I've been saying a long time. And I just bought one of several receipts today. Urban AI, strategic thinking media platform. 1,800 subscribers, 2 million views. All me, nobody else. I'm going live every day until I get monetized. Thank you for watching. I enjoy doing this. I'm going to do it every day. I'll see y'all on the next one.